True Gamer here, back with another episode. Now I decided to scrap the 5 and bring back the 10 sealed games episodes. So here is my re-upload. Okay, first up, Tomb Raider 1, 2 and 3 remastered. Now I can remember playing all these on one generation, and that was on the PS1. Imagine that. We are lucky to get one sequel in a console generation in this day and age. In some cases even longer. Just take a look at GTA, for example. Now if you're thinking of buying this, now would be the perfect time because it's going for dirt cheap at the moment. So my advice is to strike now, because there's pure absolute classics on one single disc. And it was published by Aspri or Aspre. I'm not quite sure of the correct pronunciation for that company, but I will put the text up on my screen right now. Okay, it was released in February 2024. I think the right pronunciation for that developing company is called Aspire. It was just spelt in a creative way. Then we have Fantasian or Fantasian Neo Dimension, another recommended RPG by all of them role-playing veterans, the likes of Happy Console Gamer and the Radical One will put this game in their priority list. Now I wasn't going to invest in this until Johnny brought this to my attention when I was watching one of his episodes, and I will definitely keep this one sealed because I'll probably download it on the PS5 when I find time, because right now I've got so many other games on my plate which I can't even handle. I'm well full in that department. Now Miss Walker was the developer and the legendary Square Enix was the publisher, and it was released December 2024. Next we have Unknown 9 Awakening. This game was going for pennies, so I swooped it up as quick as I can, and it's on Amazon right now for super cheap if you want to take a look at what this game is all about. Now I thought the game wasn't terrible but nothing amazing at the same time, but I would definitely jump into it one day to secure that platinum. Now Reflector Entertainment was the developer, and it was published by Bandai Namco and Namco Bandai Games, and also Reflector Entertainment. They were all the publisher, and it was released in 2024. Next up we have The Messenger, a reprinted version. Now I always wanted a Nintendo Switch copy, but I just wasn't prepared to pay for the amount it was going for on the gaming market, and it's not getting any better. For me, it's still well overpriced. So it was good. Some physical reprints have surfaced for a super cheap price. So best to strike now, guys, before, they disappear and become super rare. Sabotage Studio was the developer, and it was published by Devolver Digital, and it was released in 2025. And coming out of one of my favorite franchises, Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown, which is superb, and if you're a Prince of Persia fan, this game will certainly not disappoint you. The universe they built is a platformer, heavenly adventure. And the good thing is, if you've got PS Plus Extra, you can jump right in digitally, so you don't have to get the physical copy. Now Ubisoft was the developer and also the publisher, and it was released January 2024. Next, Lords of the Fallen, which is a sequel to this hidden gem on the PS4. Now we can't touch the first game, but still this is a great action RPG nevertheless. At the moment, copies for this game are going for a bargain price, and they're selling on all kinds of places, eBay, Amazon, or some online retailers. So now would be the best time to strike if you want this in your collection. Now, CI Games SE was the developer and also the publisher, and it was released October 2023. Now, this would take many people down memory lane. The Karate Kid Street Rumble, inspired from the classic movie. So we go from movie to an adventurous video game. Now, the 80s film was timeless, so if you haven't seen it, what are you waiting for? Go find that movie right now. Now, to my knowledge, this is a 2D scrolling beat 'em up, but the reason why I got this is because I saw it going for absolute peanuts, so I just couldn't resist. Now, Click Game Studio was the developer, and it was published by Game Mill, and it was released September 2024. So I'm happy to announce this one because Sunsoft is back. Retro Game Collection. Now, I can remember Sunsoft producing epic bangers on the Super Famicom / NES. So I saw this going for a super cheap price on Amazon, so I didn't hesitate to pull the trigger. And this comes with 3 games installed all on one disc, which are, what are the games? It's 53 Stallions Tokaido and the King of Mad Dula and Ripple Island. I think I've pronounced all them names right, but take a look and pause it on the screen if you can do any better with the pronunciations. Okay, I might even go and play these games on the original hardware, or if I can't find it, I just probably will emulate them just to try and see what they're all about. Now, Sunsoft was the developer, and it was published by Red Art Games, and it was released October 2024. Then we have Dead Space Remake, another classic game done to perfection and beyond in the remakes sphere. Now, this is a survival horror shooter at its absolute best. Now, last month it arrived on the PS Plus Essential, I believe, so you don't have to get the expensive tier. You can settle for the minimum price, and you can still get to play this game as long as you are subscribed to PS Plus. So yeah, you don't even need the physical copy of the game. You can experience this masterpiece the digital way. Now, Motive Studio was the developer, and it was published by EA, and it was released January 2023. And last but not least, we have a PSVR2 game, which is Star Wars Tales from the Galaxy's Edge, and this is the enhanced edition. Now, I have to say, guys, this is a mind-blowing, immersive experience on the VR2. And if you are thinking about buying a PSVR2, this should be the first game on your list, because Star Wars in virtual reality brings out the best on that hardware accessory. Trust me. Okay, ILMX Lab was the developer, and Disney Interactive Studios was the publisher, and it was released in May 2023. So as you can see, I've ditched the 5 games and gone back to the roots with 10 more sealed games to enter that special club. Okay, if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, even better, subscribe. Till next time, see ya.